He has a long list of accomplishments in his sport, but let us start with him being a 5-time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu World Champion, the first Super Grand Slam champion and inductee into the IBJJF and ADCC Hall of Fame, considered as one of the 5 greatest grapplers of all time. Please welcome to the BNC studio, Professor Rubens Cobrinha Charles. Sir, thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you for having me.
It's a huge honor. We are in the midst of greatness right now, and this is very timely considering the fact that recently on our show, The Scorecard, we've had a lot of features with regards to Jiu-Jitsu. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, Professor Cobrinha, what brings you to Manila? What is on your bucket list or in terms of your checklist with regards to your activities here?
So here, every time I come into the Philippines, sometimes we go to the islands. Yeah?
Okay.
And this time, unfortunately, we won't go to the islands. But what I love about the Filipino people, it's the culture. And we have similar culture to Brazilians, which is a very warm welcome. And yeah, so and then I come over here to see one of my affiliates, which is Mark.
Yeah.
And then yes, do the seminar as well, and then teach. And then also, the more you teach, the more you learn, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here as well, to evolve with them as well.
And I know this coming July 6, you have an alliance seminar, but then you're gonna have a general assembly a day before. And Cobrinha Alliance, is this something you're going to launch soon?
So yeah, so we have the affiliation with Alliance, Cobrinha, and then now it's gonna be launched as Alliance. So we have been Alliance for many years, and then people don't get confused that sometimes they say Cobrinha and Alliance, it's one. We have been fighting under Alliance for so many years, my whole life.
Okay.
And yes, so this weekend, we're gonna launch the Alliance here in the Philippines.
So it's gonna be known as Alliance from here on out?
Correct, that's right, that's right.
All right. Now, I do want to ask, because as I mentioned, we've been having a lot of Jiu-Jitsu content here on the show as of late. Recently, I went to Grapple Island, and Isaac Doderlein was there. I had a sit down with him as well. You were the one who gave him his black belt, is that right?
That's correct. So Isaac came to me to train with me when it was a purple belt. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And then he had the dream. He moved from Texas to California, and then he has a dream to be a world champion. And we keep working.
Yeah.
And one day, of course, he got promoted to a black belt, and then yes, he made his dream coming true as well, which is become a world champion.
Yeah, that's very interesting, because I remember one of my last questions to him during my interview was, you're entering your prime.
Okay.
So in your prime years, what's the top of the list in terms of the achievement that you want to chase? And he says that one day he wants to be a UFC champion.
Oh, really?
So
okay,
that's what he said.
Okay,
that's what he said. So your thoughts on that, Prof?
I think as long as you have the dream, I think everything started with the dream. We have the dream, beautiful. Okay, so now it's the consistency, the consistent discipline. If you have those things, combined, and then you're gonna take it to the next level. I think anything in life, it's possible.
Yeah. So and also during the time that we were with him and did that interview, it wasn't out yet, but there was the first ever UFC Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu series, which I believe is out right now. And you also have connections there. Mikey Musumeci. I hope I'm saying his name right, but let's just say Mikey.
Right.
Mikey competed in the final, and you were in his corner. So
Correct.
Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So Mike has been training with us, and I was in Greece. And then he said, Cobrinha, can you come and then also help me during this match I'm going to have at the UFC BJJ? I said, yes, no problem. So I went over there, and then Mike, it's a very talented athlete, and then I was there just to coach him and help him to conquer another a title in his career.
Prof, what can you say about this development right here? Because I can only imagine, it's got to be huge for Jiu-Jitsu that UFC has their own reality show with regards to that, and their own competition, and now there's actually a recognized UFC Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion.
Yes. So for me, I'm super excited. Why? Because I think everything Dana White touches, it turns huge. So that's the reason I'm super excited, and I think he's into. He wants to take Jiu-Jitsu to the next level, and I'm super excited to see what is gonna take it. I remember I remember the first time, when they bought UFC. So that's when I moved to United States, was 2007. And then UFC was like, going up and down. And then when Dana White got involved on it, he took it to the next level. I think that's what he's going to do with Jiu-Jitsu. Wow. Jiu-Jitsu is growing.
Exciting times.
Jiu-Jitsu is growing, but I think now with UFC is going to take it to the next level.
And now there is a lot of buzz regarding the first Filipino American World Champion, Jaylen. I want to ask you about him in a bit, but before that, I noticed something on your Instagram, one of your most recent posts, and we're just talking about the UFC. You were on a boat with one of the greatest ever, Khabib, Nurmagomedov. So, what's happening there? What's the story behind that post?
It's just like we got together. We were in Greece. We got together. And then, luckily for me as well, and then we got to train a little bit. I got to feel it. And then, yes, I have been telling about Khabib for so many years, but by watching him, I can see that he has jiu-jitsu. His jiu-jitsu is next level. And I tell people say, Cobrinha, what do you mean? I mean, his jiu-jitsu is next level. Why? Because he controls people. Meaning what? There's a lot of people they do jiu-jitsu, but they scramble a lot. In his situation, he doesn't let people scramble. Meaning what? He touches your leg, he's gonna control you. He wants you to scramble. He wants you to come all the way up, and then he's gonna take you down again. He wants you to come all the way up, and he's gonna take you down. Why he's doing that? Because he wants to get you tired. And when he gets you tired, he gets to the top, and then that's when he submits people. And then I had the chance to train with him, and then I felt a little bit, he's trying to do exactly the same with me as well, right? So, I mean, Khabib, his jiu-jitsu, it's next level, and I think the most important, I mean, jiu-jitsu, anybody can get good in jiu-jitsu. I think training over and over and over with consistency and discipline, we can get good. But even his character, and he's such a great human being. I spent time with him, like, a few hours, I mean, and talk to him about his mindset. It's next level. Wow. It's next level. So, yeah, if you have a chance one day, meet him, Khabib, it's something else, next level. Jiu-jitsu is beautiful, but even though, as a person, great human being.
So he's in shape. He's still in great shape.
He's in great shape. He was like, I'll say like 105 kilos.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean like a bear. Yeah. So.
Do you feel like he retired? Sorry, I'm diving into this because you're giving us so much information. Do you think that he retired too early from the UFC?
No, it's hard to say. It's hard to say because I think it was 19-year-old. I think something like that in his career. And I think now he can enjoy life. He's 35. He's 35 and he's living the life. He was telling me, Cobrinha, I'm going all over the world and I'm having fun. I'm eating. He likes to eat. And I think what it is I think he works so hard, and then he retired. People say he's young, but I would say no because people say if you ask him, what are you chasing? You chasing money? He say, no, I'm not chasing money. It's a legacy. That's my legacy. I'm not chasing money. So, and then now he's enjoying life. He's enjoying life. He goes, all over the world and he's having fun. That's the beauty of it. So I think, the early you can retire and then, explore. Like, look where I'm at right here, exploring, the beautiful culture of Philippines. So that's beautiful, right? So the more I think that's one of the gifts you can give to yourself is traveling all over the world.
That's awesome perspective right there.
It is
awesome perspective because sometimes you stay in something too long and then that's when, you start to see some chinks in the armor.
That's correct. That's right too. And then we know that the mindset of the competitors, I think it's better for you is to start and then finish on top. If you can finish on top, that's next level, right? And sometimes I see a lot of athletes, they can't finish on top and then they go, through a lot of things in their lives.
All right, now we get to one of the most hyped about topics, Jaylen.
Yes.
I was reading some of his posts just a while ago, and he was really giving you a lot of credit. Tell us about him, 19-year-old jiu-jitsu phenom.
Jaylen started with us when he was seven years old, okay? And Jaylen, I don't know here in the Philippines, but in my country, let's say that in story very quick to make this long and short story. In my country, let's say that I play football for such a long time, but they tell you if you play really good, okay, so and then you don't go to school anymore. You're gonna focus on football because that's what you're good at, yeah. So, but then now go back to United States. I think it's different. And Jaylen, full-time student. and train jiu-jitsu. And then he made it. So meanwhile, I think the message, that's what I keep telling Jaylen. I think you're a great message to tell people that you're so, because there is there are two things we have in life. You have street smart and book smart. He has both.
Wow.
Right, and I think, and for myself, that's Jaylen, it's beautiful. I get so emotional seeing this kid because he works so hard. So, but Jaylen, at 19 years old, full-time student, and he made it possible, and then showing the world that you can have both. You can have, I'm gonna repeat that once again, you can be street smart and book smart. He took it to the next level, 19 years old. And this competition, when he fought like this guy he's fighting right now, is Thales, amazing an athlete. I think he's 2 times a world champion. He's a veteran already. And then Jaylen, just 19 years old, but he showed that the maturity at this competition. Like he has been black belt for 10 years, 15 years, because the maturity he showed. Because again, the IQ, it's next level, because sometimes you get over there, he's just 19, and the other kids, I think they are 27, 28, 29. But the maturity, the IQ he showed in those fights is next level. That's next level.
He refers to you as dad, actually. He wrote that down on his Instagram post. Did you see the greatness in him right away? I mean, even before the age of 10. I mean, you were already with him.
At 7 years old, it was unbarring people from right and left. Beautiful. But again, I think the beauty about this kid is the dedication. The dedication, it's unbelievable, because people think that his talent is talent, but I think talent, it's not enough. I feel like the discipline can beat intelligence, right? And also can beat talent as well. But he has this combination. That's my son with him over there. Oh, this pass. That's Jaylen. That's
wow.
So look at the. So yeah, I'm so proud of this kid. He proved to the kids as well that it's possible, to do both.
So at 19,
yes,
I guess one of your pieces of advice will be for him to retire before he's 30. If he can travel, if he can do everything.
Yeah, I think, but why not, right? If you can, right? If you can, why you keep going? So I went, because Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, when you get, let's say that I'm 20, let's say that someone is 29 and they're gonna turn 30 this year, you're master already, okay? And then you can fight in a different division. But fighting as an adult, and I went all the way to 37. I was about to turn 38, and I was refusing to fight as a master division, and I went adult because I was doing well. And then I think then I got a lot of messages for people saying that, Cobrinha, should I do master because you did master in 238? I say, listen, do master first. If you dominated master, and then you can go adult, right? So, but yeah, so I think if go back to Jaylen, I think if Jaylen can retire at 30, why not? Enjoy life, I mean, not that we enjoy life in competition, but I'm saying that travel more, right? Because I was not traveling that much. I was traveling, but I was going, for example, I could spend time in the country I was going. I could not explore the countries. Why? Because my mind was just thinking about the competition. But now, when you retire, right now I'm retired from the competition. I'm just coaching. And then what I can do, I can come to Philippines, have fun, explore this beautiful culture, and then go back home and then, keep doing my thing back home.
Well, Prof, we're so thankful that you still come back here to the Philippines and impart your knowledge and wisdom, giving us your time as well. What is your message to everybody watching right now as we continue to grow jiu-jitsu here in this part of the world?
My message to all of you who, whatever you do, it's always remember you have the mission, your goal. You see the goal, you see the picture. You have to believe in that. You have your purpose, and then with the consistency, discipline, and perseverance, you're gonna take anything to the next level.
Well, there you go. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Professor Rubens, Cobrinha, Charles, thank you so much for coming here to the Scorecard, and enjoy the rest of your stay here in the Philippines.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.